Sean Strickland versus Kamaru Usman number 2 needs to happen, and I'll tell you why. Because both have no fights coming up. Both now fight at 185, and both are coming off a loss. Who will actually win this fight? Well, before we talk about who will win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances. And when Sean Strickland fought Israel Adesanya, and when Sean Strickland dropped Israel Adesanya and kept putting punishment on Israel Adesanya. Now, throughout the whole entire fight, Israel Adesanya couldn't handle the constant pressure from Sean Strickland, and when Sean Strickland took advantage of that and outlanded Israel Adesanya, and when Sean Strickland ended up taking it by decision. After this, we all know that just recently Sean Strickland went on to fight Dricus Du Plessis. Both had some great shots, both went back and forth, but Sean Strickland definitely outlanded Dricus Du Plessis. But somehow, I don't know what the judges were smoking that day, but they gave it a Dricus Du Plessis. Now let's take a look at Kamaru Usman's latest performances, in which he fought Leon Edwards for a third time. Both landed some great shots and kicks. Very close fight. Both put on an amazing performance, but Leon Edwards ended up taking it by decision. Now this, Kamaru Usman went on to fight Hamza Chimaev, in which Hamza Chimaev started off very fast in round 1, had some great wrestling and great grappling, in which Kamaru Usman couldn't handle it, in which Hamza Chimaev's ground game was way too much for him, in which Hamza Chimaev ended up taking it by decision.
For the winner by majority decision, Hamza Bosch.
Now, obviously, both men have fought back in 2017, in which Kamaru Usman had complete control of that whole entire fight, as he even landed a double fist punch, which looked like something off anime. But anyways, he was able to drop Sean Strickland, when Sean Strickland looked really hurt, which really makes me believe that Sean Strickland might have a glass chin, since he also got dropped by Alex Pereira, in which he also looked very hurt in that fight. But anyways, Kamaru Usman ended up winning that fight by unanimous decision. So what can we expect to see in this fight? Well, I think it's pretty easy to imagine what could happen in this fight, because we know how both men fight. On top of the fact that Kamaru Usman, on a podcast with Henry Cejudo, he was talking about his fight with Sean Strickland, in which he said that it's very difficult to fight someone like Sean Strickland because you can't hit their face, because they stand straight up. So when you go and try to punch them, they lean their head back or they parry the punches with their hands. But at the same time, I think Kamaru Usman is just trying to sound like a nice guy, because he easily won that fight. So in the end, everything that Kamaru Usman did in their first fight worked. So I think if he can replicate that this time without being too predictable, then I do think he could beat Sean Strickland, because if it worked the first time, why wouldn't it work a second time if Sean Strickland still has the same fighting style as before? So I definitely see Kamaru Usman taking Sean Strickland to the ground and winning the fight on the ground and winning the fight when it comes to fighting on feet. So in the end, I do think that Kamaru Usman will win that fight by unanimous decision.